Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानम् अवसादयेत् आत्मैव आत्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः. Bhagavad Gita talks about take care of yourself. Whenever I come in contact with the parents, they are only one theme in their life. Children, children, children. I agree, but that's not all in life. How much did you listen to your children, parents, that they will listen to you? See? Do we have any choice about our parents? We have no choice. We are not chosen our parents. Equally so, we are not choosing our children also. But whole life goes only on that. I mean, children, enough of it, enough of it. Focus on something higher. Similarly, another topic, Hindu culture, Hindu culture. Third topic, back home it is like that, here it is like that. Better go home. Don't stay here. We have to learn to be where we are, fully and totally. Every small little thing we deal here is only comparison. There it is like that, here it is like that. Their whole life goes only on that. I was in Australia, Newcastle, and a friend of mine, his son, about 11 years. Now he is in college, medical college. So I asked him, I said, hey, do you go to India? He said, of course. Then I asked him further, tell me something, you are going to India. He said, what is there to tell Swamiji? When we go to India, we talk about Australia. When we are in Australia, we talk about India. There is nothing new. So both the places, they are not living. See? Our life becomes like a tug of war. Na ghar ke, na ghat ke. See, friends, therefore, we have to clearly understand there are three layers in our life. First layer is the world, what we call technically as Adi Bhautik life. In this life, we take ourselves to be the body, we take this world to be real, then follow the do's and don'ts and lead your life. That is called a Dharma Shastra. Then the second layer of our life is the for what we are living. We are living, number one, how to live. Number two, for what we are living. So if we look within ourselves, so we come to know we have been only struggling to fulfill our desires, nothing else. See? Putreshana, Vitteshana, Lokeshana, these three kinds of desires, whole life is spent. And for fulfilling our desires, first, we put efforts in the world and try to fulfill the desires. If we fail there, then we go by different means. We go to somebody, pay something, get our desire fulfilled. Like in India, You can purchase the, justice. You can go and pay, and everything is clear. The desire is fulfilled. Doesn't matter what is the way. And when that also fails, then we go to upasana. You will see in the hospitals, maximum crowds. Nobody is invited to hospital. Everybody goes on their own. Second place, maximum crowds, these places where desire fulfillment is the criteria of life. Like as you are all telling, going to Puttaparthi, going to Siddhi Sai Baba temple, all these holy places, you will see what they are seeking there. No adhyatma. This was given to me by Baba. This was given to me by Baba. What next? See, is this life? And whole time is spent only on that competition. Who is inner circle, double inner circle, outer circle, competition, jealousy. What for? What we want to prove, to whom, for what? See? So our upasana is also a materialistic upasana. This should happen, we should go to, you read all the stotras which are said. After you finish the stotra reading, at the end what is said, that putrarthi labet putra, dhanarthi labet dhanam, moksharthi labet moksha. So desire fulfillment is the only criteria for going to the upasana. Do this much japa, you will get this thing. And in these two places, our whole life is spent. Never we go further than this. The third aspect is, for whom? For whom? Who is this one who is seeking desire fulfillment? Who is miserable? And then we get frustrated, dejected, and we don't know what to do. And when we are not able to handle ourselves, then we take to drinks and drugs and then hang up. They have got all the comforts and they are comfortably miserable. They got all the luxury, they are luxuriously miserable. See. The reason is, we do not know exactly what we are living for. Therefore, I call my satsang as a gym. Who goes to a gym? An unhealthy person? No. A healthy person can go to gym. And for what? To maintain the health. Unhealthy person will go to hospital. A person who wants to fulfill the desires, he will go to temples. In Vrindavan, once I went, and one of the places where Bhagavan Krishna's Leela is said to have happened, and in that place there were so many stones fixed on the floor. So the concerned Pandit there, he told me, he says, Swamiji, kindly fix one stone in your name also. I said, okay, fix it. He said, it will cost you only 2,100 rupees. I said, okay, pay for it. He said, no, you have to pay. I said, I don't have money, I don't pay. No, you should tell your devotees to pay, because this is so important that when you fix the stone in your name, and when somebody comes and steps on that, all his merit is transferred to you through blue foot. See? So our upasana is the same thing, nothing else. All the time. I want this, I want that. I want this, I want that. That is the reason you must have seen all our gods. What is their mudra? This is not Abhaya mudra. And second is, this is not Dana mudra. This is enough. How much will you ask? And this is not Dana mudra. If you don't stop, you get one. Oh, life, begging, begging, begging. See, friends, every moment of our life, we have to recognize this, that all our life is lived in the mind. See, life is not lived in the body. Life is lived in the mind. See, when we are in deep sleep, our mind is totally enfolded, and that time we are not aware of our body. That time it doesn't matter where is what. See? Because mind is not there. So the whole life is lived only by the mind. But what we have done to mind our mind? Nothing. See, friends. And all the problems are only in the mind. Next time you go to the temple before any god, just watch within yourself. Have we ever asked the Lord, and oh Lord, my mind is so disturbed, so rubbish. Please help me clean my mind. See, I go sometime to Shirdi Sai Baba's temple. Now the people know me there. So I don't have to stand in the queue. Get immediate access. And there were 2-3 Kamandalus with me. They also get. So when I go there, do namaskar, put my head on his paduka, and then they'll give me one coconut and one mala, and I move ahead. So the whole thing takes maximum 10 seconds. So when I came out, one of my Kamandalus asked me this question, Swamiji, you get such a good chance to stay there for long, and you just touch your head and go ahead. And they push us and we don't want to go. I said, do you know the rule? Longer the namaskar, longer is the list of demands. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Continuous, there is no end. And with great difficulty they get up. Are, I have forgotten one. Again second namaskar. Other than asking this give, that give, what we have done in life. Then he asked me, then don't you ask anything? I said, I do ask. What did you get? I said, it is andar ki baat. Why should I tell you? He said, no, please tell. I said, okay, listen. I have asked him, oh Lord, give me that quality of my mind wherein I don't hate anybody in the whole universe. Even in a dream, even for fun, even once in my whole lifetime. Somebody is very beautiful. But if there is one patch of leukoderma, all the beauty stands cancelled, is it not? Exactly the same way. You have everything. But if there is a little bit of bitterness against anything or anybody, that altar is not presided over by the divine presence. We have to first recognize this principle. Life is lived by the mind. Life is not lived by the body. Body is just a house. I went to one of my friend's house, knocked the door. The maid servant opened the door. I asked, hey, is he there? Oh, no, he has gone out, but you can come and sit here. I said, no, I'll come later. No, 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 if he's not there, so what? There is furniture, there are walls, there is fan. Now, have I gone to see the furniture and wall or what? Exactly the same way. Am I talking to your ears? Is it my lips are talking? No. There is somebody talking to somebody. And if that somebody changes, like I am talking to you, but you have taken a sortie, your mind has gone with your children. I don't know what the kids are doing. Like, see, now she's going. Do you think she can listen? See, friends, our condition is our mind is not available to us even one moment. And such people, they want to do meditation. Another fad meditation. And their meditation has nothing but complaints. One person on some airport met me and said, Swamiji, do you deal in meditation? I said, no. I am not a meditation dealer. No, I do meditation. I said, this is your problem. My problem is only one, that everything is fine except my mind runs here and there. You could laugh. I could not even laugh. I kept quiet. He said, can you tell me some shortcut to control the mind? I said, go to a chemist, buy sleeping pills, 1 tin, and consume in one go. You will be permanently in meditation. See, our condition is like the children here. They have got gun in their hand, but no wisdom how to use the gun. They shoot anybody. All of us have got this infinite potentiality in the form of mind. But we don't know how to utilize that. And therefore, we get into depression, dejection. Everything is perfectly all right. There's nothing wrong. But all the time hanging. Abbaji ke kya karenge? Why should I live? Then die. See, friends, this is only because we have never taken care of our mind. See, friends, enough of this world, enough. See, you have got now good house, sufficiently good job, children, everything is good. Enough. Now focus somewhere higher. Whole life into same thing again and again and again. How long? See? When thus through wisdom we come to discover life is lived by the mind. Life is not lived by the body. Then we are told how to work on the mind. Like we work by the body and we work on the body. Working by the body is what? We go for work, earn our bread and butter, work day and night, overnight. Working by the body. Then we work on the body. We go to gym. We go for running to reach nowhere and come back again. We do exercise. We do the twisting of the body called as yoga. This is working on the body. When you go for running, you don't earn anything. See? When you observe some diet restrictions, you don't earn anything. Because you are working on the body. So that body is maintained healthy. Now apply the same principle. Mind. We are working by the mind and we are working on the mind. Now what is the meaning of working by the mind? Working by the mind is default settings. Default settings are, we are Indians, so Indians have got standard default settings. Anybody you meet, immediately take a paper and pen and start writing his kundali. Where are you from? When you have come here? Why you have come here? Why don't you die? Who are your parents? Whether you are born normal birth or cesarean? What date? It was day or night? Muhurta. Who has asked you? Working by the mind. Unwanted information we keep on collecting. One day, one house I went for dinner, and the wife was telling her husband, "You don't know anything how to handle a simple phone," because his phone was hanging. So he was talking to his wife. "See, I purchased this iPhone new, but it's hanging. I don't know what to do. These people take so much of money." So she said, "You know nothing. Go and ask Swamiji. Now look here, what I had to do with the iPhone." So he came to me. "Swamiji, the case is referred to you." I said, "Okay, go to settings. Scroll down. You will get reset factory settings. Click that. Then there is an option. All data will be erased. Say yes." Yes. All the data was cleaned. I said, "Now restart." He restarted. "Oh, it's working all right." Like our phone. By factory settings, we are all divine, innocent, pure, full of life. No ego. See? But why the phone gets hang up? Because unwanted free downloads. We keep on downloading all those apps which we never use. Now every device has a limitation, but we don't understand that. Somebody has downloaded that app, I also download. And a day comes when it becomes jumbled up. Then what poor device will do? Ah, you see, young boys and girls, everything they have, but their eyes have no life. They are like the buttons of a shirt. See, there is no life in their expression. The reason is hang up. Unwanted downloads. This is by default, we are working by the mind. See, the other day, one girl told me, "Swamiji, I want to take a selfie with you." I said, "You cannot take selfie." "Why, you object?" I said, "No, I don't object, but your phone cannot take." "No, no, I know." She stood there and took all pose and all that and tried. A message came. There is no space. Empty yourself. How much garbage we have collected. As if our garbage is less, we collected somebody else's garbage. There was one lady, she is no more now, many years before, maybe about 30 years before, when I was staying with some family, a Telugu family, and their mother had come. And the milk, here it comes in that gallon container. So that lady came from Rajahmundry. And those containers, after the milk is taken away, we throw it away. She said, "No, no, no, don't throw. Kabhi kaam aayega." 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as she was here in USA, the whole basement was full of those containers. What for? How much garbage we collect in our life. See, as if the past of our life is not sufficient to make us miserable, we collect somebody else's past also. We have to remain aware of this. See, and as the age grows, the free downloads pile up. And old people like me, they don't live in the present. All the time living in the past. When we were children, who cares? We don't understand. Nobody is interested in our past. People are concerned about their future. If I have got peanuts in my pockets, I can't distribute chocolates. And what will I talk? When we are like, who wants to know? This is one principle. This is all I am talking, working on the mind. And second important thing is, past belong to whom? Past belong to the body. Body was born. Body was a baby. Body was a teenager. Body was a middle age. Body is old. You are the same. But when we talk about our childhood or teenage, unknowingly, you know what is happening? Our body identification is maintained. And all the problems of life begin only from body identification. See, real adhyatma, real spiritual life begins when our focus is on 2 points. First point is freedom from body identification is the first step to be taken successfully in our life. The second step is giving the wrong notion that we are a soul in the body. Like for every shoe there is a different soul. In the same manner, for every body there is a separate soul. No. Nothing like soul, soul, soul. See. But in this karma and upasana, they'll be all the time talking about this life, last life, this life, last life, next life. Whose life? Unless these two things are deleted totally, we are far away from the truth. See, friends, therefore, it is necessary for us that we now start working on our mind. And for working in the mind, old habits must be dropped. Enough of the same routine thing. There is nothing that we need to know about anybody in this world. No need. How does it matter who is what? It makes no difference. Our hard disk is so full that if Paramatma wants to descend, he has no place. Empty yourself. First emptiness begins from the outer world. See, in most of the houses I go, they have got, this walk-in wardrobes. Those who are here for many years, 20, 25, 30 years, you go in their house. In their wardrobe, you can walk in. And when you walk in, you forget how to come out. It's like a maze. Which is the exit? So many things are hanging there pathetically. Nor they want to give it up to somebody or throw it away, but keep on accumulating. External habit of accumulating the things doesn't remain externally. It goes inside. And inside we accumulate memories. Empty yourself. See, if I tell you something, you will do it. But if I tell you this thing, you will never do it. What is that you will do it? Suppose I tell you, if you do Gayatri Japa, standing in the cold Ganges water, in the month of Kartik, very cold month, and do the Japa morning 108 times, like that there should be 108 malas, at evening 108 times, 108 malas for 108 days. Then you will get so and so things. You will have the vision of God. I have no doubt people will do it. But if I tell you a simple thing, do not talk about your past and do not ask anybody about their past. Impossible. All the time, carrying the burden of the past. See, my friends, and if this we take, we will discover one day that whenever we talk to others, we talk either about our past or about their past. Where are you from? I am from Andhra. Andhra? Which place? I am from Kakinada. Kakinada! See? Keep on accumulating, accumulating. Now just try this for next 10-20 seconds. That you do not go back in time and place even for a moment. Next 10 seconds. Stop. Now see, in such a small period we tried. We did not want to talk to anybody. When we learn to remain in the present only, even we don't feel that I should talk to somebody. Second thing, our breathing becomes extremely slow and shallow. When in this manner we start working on the mind, in due time, the old habits of the mind die away. We have never worked on that. And the reason is, first of all, we have not appreciated that the whole life is lived only by the mind. If the mind is not functional, body is living, there is nobody who is living the life. One day in Bombay it happened, I went to some Gujarati house for food. After my dinner was over, they told me, Swamiji, our grandmother is in the other room. You please bless her, she is not well. There is nothing like free dinner. So I had to go. So I went there. And she was in coma. All kinds of tubes everywhere. And the nurse was standing there. So I talked to the nurse. I said, hey mama, how are you? She said, oh sir, I am all right. I said, very good. Pray to the Lord that till you get the next customer, she should continue in coma. Are they paying you all right? Yes, yes. Like when I was talking to the nurse, that person came to see what I am doing. Immediately I changed my mode of operation. Took that dilapidated hand in my hand, put my hand on that dilapidated hand and kissed it. And simply moving the lips, who can challenge what I am doing? And after that, we went. Third day, he came for the lecture. And after the lecture, he said, Swamiji, do you remember me? I said, I have forgotten God. What will I remember, human being or what? No, 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 no. You came to our house. My grandmother was not well. You blessed her. Now my heart started beating. What happened because of my blessing? If she survived, he has come to kill me. If she dies, my blessings kill the people. Then he said, see, we were very much feeling bad. She was suffering so much. And by your blessing, God has heard prayers and she was relieved of the pain. I said, hey, now you listen to me. A person who is in coma never suffers. A person who pays the bill, he suffers. See, friends, in coma, there is life, but the mind is not expressing. See, friends, so everything, good or bad experiences, honor or dishonors, achievement or failure, joy or sorrows, everything happens only in the mind. If we learn how to mind our mind, we have done a great favor to ourselves. See? We go to forest as well as we go to the garden. Today I went to the forest area in the Blue Ridge mountain area. And there the vegetation is uncontrolled, indisciplined. Any tree can grow anywhere. And you don't feel like getting into that forest. But if it is a garden, every tree is planted, pruned, irrigated, protected, selected, sufficient space in between. So when we go to the garden, we are happy, cheerful. But when we go to the forest, oh God, let's get out of here. Exactly the same way. Both the places, garden and a forest, there are only trees, plants. Same way, our mind. Is it a forest or a garden? Our mind is like a forest. We are afraid of ourselves. And as a result, we want to run away. And how do we run away? Put some birds in the ear and start dancing. Or else we want something to read. Or we want somebody to talk. The only purpose is to run away from the mind. See, we cannot face our own mind. Because it is the forest, jungle. So, we have to remove the unwanted vegetation and keep only the pruned, beautiful plants. Then we don't require any company. Then we won't go into depression. See? The reason is only one. We have never taken care of our mind. See, friends. So one of the technique of taking care of the mind is this. Do not talk about your past to anybody. Do not ask anybody about their past. Because the past belongs to the body, not to you. Many elderly people like me, they cut a pathetic joke. This happened in Calcutta. I was in the morning near some lake. I was sitting alone, 6 o'clock or so. One shorty came running with a short and a golf cap and a t-shirt and he stopped in front of me. He asked me, can you guess what is my age? So I looked at him and I told him, 3 years. Because such a question cannot be asked by a mature person. You meet somebody in the morning after jogging and talk to that somebody who is unknown to you, and this question, what is my age? He said, no, tell, please. I said, you are 81 years young. When I said 81 years young, he jumped out of his skin. You are the only person who has correctly judged me. I don't feel I am old. I said, that is a tragedy for the society. The old person must look old. When the old person becomes young, it becomes a big problem. The life is like a cart which has got two animals. One is a he buffalo and other is a racehorse. What will be the condition of that vehicle? Exactly. Our body is like a he buffalo and the mind is like a racehorse. All tragedy. See, friends, age belongs to body, not to us. Work on it again and again, again and again. And this is the only way. I was in Varanasi and I was talking on Prashnottari Maniratnamala of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. And there, this point was brought out. So one elderly gentleman who is associated with Gita Press, editor, very well read, must be about 85 or 90 like that. He was listening and he asked me this question. Swamiji, you are emphasizing not to talk about one's childhood, but unless we tell how our grandchildren will know. I said, who wants to know? We bombard ourselves on them. Nobody wants to know. And much more than that important is, childhood belongs to the body, not to you. It is the body that is born. None of us have the experience that we are born. The body born. And even that body is born is also told to us by somebody. See? Your date of birth. One sweet little girl asked me this question. Swamiji, I want to send you a greeting card. Please tell me your date of birth. But mommy says you never tell your date of birth. But you have to tell me. I said, okay, I'll tell you. But don't tell anybody. Okay. So I told her. Then she went to her mother. Mommy, Swamiji told me. You said he doesn't tell anybody. But he told me not to tell anybody. But you are my mom. I must tell you. Kids, how innocent the kids. So, she told her mother. And for a change, the mother was intelligent. So, the mother laughed. She said, why are you laughing, Mama? He cheated you. How come? He told he is born on 31st April. There is nothing like 31st April. Oh, Swamiji has cheated me. Then she wrote a greeting card. Happy birthday to you, Swamiji, whenever it is. And at the end she wrote, now guess who am I? And below that she wrote her name and address. Be attentive. When we learn from our past experiences, that experience does not create an impression on our mind. Observe this. If we do not learn, it creates an impression either that of like or that of dislike. For example, in our childhood, sometime or the other, we have touched the fire or something hot. Our hand got burned. So we have learned that the fire burns. After we have learned that the fire burns, we don't have hatred for the fire, we don't have liking for the fire. On the contrary, we use the same burning power of the fire to our benefit. Because we have learned. If we don't learn, then impressions are formed in the form of liking and disliking. This again I learned from a child. My guru is you all. I learned from all of you throughout my life. So, I was in some house, a South Indian house, and that Amma gave me in a nice plate rava dosha, idli, then vada and everything. And they had a sweet little girl about 11 years or so. So she says, Swamiji, I want to eat with you. I said, sit, I'll feed you. So when I wanted to give her, South Indian fathers are very angry brand. So he got very angry and gave that child one. Get away from here. You are taking from Swamiji's plate. And poor girl went. I kept quiet. I said, next may come to me, who knows? Angry man can do anything. See? So, that very moment, like Hindi movie, the bell rang and he has to go. He says, Auntie, please excuse me, I got some urgent call. I said, no, you go ahead. I got what I wanted to eat. I don't need you. Go. He went. Then I went to talk to that girl. I said, hey, come. Now daddy has gone and I'll feed you. Now come. And then just to pacify her, I told her. I said, your daddy was talking so great about you. You are so interested. Swamiji, don't try to pacify me. I don't get hurt by my dad because I have given him 100% discount. I don't care for him. See? The child has learned. He's like that only. Learn. From every experience, be attentive. When we keep learning from every experience, you know what happens? We never become old. Who is the old person? He who has stopped learning. Now, computer, what is there to learn? Now, you do it. Don't learn. Learn is not a poison. It doesn't matter. Anything you learn. Learn Chinese. See? There is a friend of mine, he is in Bombay. He said, Swamiji, after you told me in the lecture, we should learn, then you don't become old, because learning is the attitude of a child. So the child in us must not die. See? That is one of the reasons I do everything myself. Every time I learn. Otherwise, I have never seen computer, but now I don't go below Apple and a Mac. It is said, once Mac, you never go back. Learn. That keeps the inquisitiveness new in you. Learn new things. Otherwise, the same thing, same Bhagavad Gita, keep on repeating, mechanically, it makes no difference. Like a tape recorder. Learn something new. So he said, I have decided I am learning now. I said, very good, keep it up. Do you know what I am learning? I said, I don't know, I don't want to know. Why should I know what you learn? Forget about it. No, I want to tell you. I said, no, I have no choice. He said, I am learning Sanskrit. I said, come on, you are a Sanskrit. I said, you are a Sindhi. Sindhi is learning Sanskrit. Is something like Sindhi is learning music. Sindhis can learn money, not music. Sindhis can learn anything, but not Sanskrit. No, Swamiji, I am learning Sanskrit. Do you know why? Again, why? I said, I don't know. You know, they say, after you die, when you go to heavens, they speak Sanskrit there. I said, you are a Sindhi up to the bone marrow. Then I told him, I said, this is very good, learn. And you will definitely go to the heavens because you are studying Sanskrit. But you know, we must have a plan B also. In case you go to hell, then, he said, Sindhi I know. See, friend. At this moment, you are in meditation. You are neither man nor woman. Neither in America nor in India. Neither ekkad ke putta naru ne kutte aaye. See, learn to remain as nobody. Learn to remain more and more as nobody. And who is nobody? Nobody, the one who is in the present. And who is somebody? Somebody is the one who is carrying the burden on the back all the time. See, my friends, this we have consciously practiced. Otherwise, the same thing, you do this, you do that. Real spiritual life begins when we understand spiritual life is undoing of what we have been doing in life and unbecoming whatever we have become in our life. See, this happens only because we are mechanically doing the things. There was one Gujarati Amma in Bangalore. I used to stay with them. So she told me one day after dinner we were taking a walk. He says, Samaji, I never asked you anything, but today I want to ask you. My problem is I don't get sleep at night at all. I said, whole day you must be sleeping. He said, no, day also I don't sleep. I said, then you are realized. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagati. No, Swamiji, you make jokes about everything, but it's very serious. Doctor told me it is not good thing. Then they wanted to give me the sleeping pills, but I don't take sleeping pills. What should I do? I said, you show me how you sleep. So I went to her room and she said, I take the mala in my hand and sit in my bed, and after the mala is over, then Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. And after that I am supposed to sleep. But then the mind doesn't stop. It continues. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna, whole night. And I don't sleep. So what do? I am fed up. I said, Amma, I'll tell you something, but you will not do it. He said, no, I'll do whatever you do. He said, give me the mala. I put it in my pocket. I said, now you sleep on, now don't do it now. You sleep on your left side and do this bhavana that you have entered your heart. According to Upanishad, in waking we are in the right eye, in dream we are in the throat, and in deep sleep we are in the heart. So you lie down on the left side and do this bhavana that you have entered the heart. And then start playing sleep. How do we sleep? There's deep breathing in and deep breathing out. Start playing like that. She started. In no time she slept. Next day 8 o'clock. In their house they celebrated. Dadi ma so gayi thi. Now what was the problem? The problem was mind was active throughout night. And therefore no sleep. See, we must have the freedom to switch on and switch off. And that will not happen by accident. We have to work. See? So, when we thus start working on the mind, all our spiritual life is working on the mind. Now, after this is done, now next step. Next step is, whenever we are disturbed, normally we complain. Instead of complaining, start inquiry. Who is disturbed? You will come to a simple point. At the root of every thought that erupts, there is the seed of somebody. Somebody will always have some thoughts. Now play husband, wife. Become husband or wife and see what thoughts come in your mind. Stop. Now play parents. And see what thoughts come. Stop. Now remain as nobody. And see, do thoughts come at all? Stop. Now let us analyze. When we became husband or wife, the thoughts were pertaining to wife and husband respectively. When we became parents, the thoughts were pertaining to kids. But when we remain nobody, no thoughts. Now the question comes, how somebody is born? Somebody is born only after body identification. In deep sleep or in dream, we are not identified with our body, therefore we are nobody. When we are nobody, no thoughts. Nobody, no thoughts, all bliss. And if you have got a single thought, for example, you become tomorrow morning, I had to catch the morning flight. You have become a traveler. And therefore you plan. I go to sleep very early, finish my dinner quickly, sleep, and get up at 3 o'clock, take bath, and get ready and leave for the airport at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. From 8 o'clock, you will finish your dinner and go to bed. Up to 2:30, you will wake up 365 times. One thought is enough to destroy the whole night. Because you have become a traveler. Whenever you are somebody, thoughts will appear. And who is that somebody? Somebody is that mule carrying the burden of total past. If we remain in utter present, you are nobody. See, be attentive. That is the reason why we are told that our spiritual practice, meditation, etc. should be done early in the morning. Because in deep sleep we were nobody. Now maintain that status of nobody till your spiritual practice is over. That is the reason. Simply childhood, and we tell the children early to bed and early to rise, and ourselves keep sleeping like a pig up to 12 o'clock. See friends, Bhagavad Gita says, Yad yad acharati sreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha. Children don't learn from what we talk to them. They learn how we live our life from that. So before we become anybody, get up early morning, finish your morning ABCD, sit before the Lord and play meditation. Don't do meditation. Play. Like the children play home. Brother and sister, they become husband and wife. There is no choreographer. There is no script writer. Every day what is happening in the house, they know it by heart. And when they are playing, they are not becoming husband or wife. They are just playing for the fun of it. Exactly. Play meditation. And what is meditation playing is this. First, I am nobody. Now be attentive. What is the burden of this statement, I am nobody? Nobody means I have no past. Second thing, don't plan what you will do after meditation. Then you block the future. If some amma is sitting for meditation and she is also has to plan that I have to make sandwiches and think for my children to go to school and blah blah blah, and she is sitting for meditation. What will be her meditation? Apply the butter to the bread. Meditation. Because you are not in the present. That is why learn this art of remaining as nobody. As if the burden of the present life is not enough for us. We bring it from the past. And then all the time talking about last life, this life, next life. Biggest bluff is this. See, friends, whose life? Nobody writes the autobiography of a dreamer because every dream has a separate dreamer. There is no connection between them. Equally true, every waking experience has a separate waker. There is no connection between the two. See, friends, when a wave goes back to the ocean, is it the same wave comes out? Think. But instead of understanding it properly, we misunderstand because we are caught up in cause and effect. Cause and effect is a big bluff. See? And what is Paramatma? He is one beyond time, space, and object. Time creates cause and effect illusion. Space creates illusion of forms and shapes. If these two things are dropped from the mind, name and form, mind will starve. Give the mind a business of listening to silence and do not allow to talk to yourself. Two things. Listening to silence and don't talk to yourself together. In due time, when this is sincerely practiced, what happens is like the ice cube slowly dissolving in the waters without making any noise. Then there are no questions. Questions are always about something other than ourselves. That about which we have no question is the Lord, is Paramatma. And what is that about which we have no question? We have no question about our being. Either I am or I am not. There is no question. This unquestionable presence is our essential nature. Keeping this as the main lifestyle, thereafter play the game of life. And that game of life is played as this whole mess is a big drama. Like Rama Leela, Krishna Leela. We have the different parts, characters. We play our role. But when a person plays a role in a drama, he doesn't become a criminal, he doesn't become a saint, he doesn't become a good person, he doesn't become a bad person. He's just playing a role. So, if I am in front of my children, I should play the role of a father or mother. If I am a child, play the role of the child before the parents. If I am in the office, play the role of the office. But what happens? We bring one role and put over there. This is the simplest way leading spiritual life. Do it that way and enjoy. Don't do and suffer. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.